Kenny Johnson to kick for Cincinnati. And it will be taken by Holland at the 1. Holland hit at the 20 and stopped at the 22-yard line. About a 22-yard return, and the Chargers will start from that point. Icky Woods of the Bengals has outgained the Chargers by himself in the first half. Leo Barker of the Bengals gets credit for the special teams tackle. And here's San Diego with what we said should be a crucial possession if they are to get back in the football game. Mark Malone, the quarterback. Gary Anderson is the only setback for the Chargers. Gets the handoff. Anderson almost to the 30-yard line and then spins forward as the ball came out, but it was down, and the ball will belong to the Chargers at the 30. Here are the first half touchdowns. Icky Woods, the rookie running back for the Bengals, with a cutback. Got it into the end zone from 4 yards out. Then Boomer Esiason hit a wide open Chris Collinsworth for a TD, the first touchdown reception in 2 years for Collinsworth. And then it was Icky Woods with a 30-yard run, scoring his second touchdown of the first half. After live action now, Tim Spencer has replaced Gary Anderson in the backfield for the Chargers. Malone, intercepted. Phillips stepped out of bounds. No touchdown. He stepped out of bounds at about the 16-yard line. Well, Joe, miscommunication between Mark Malone and his young core of receivers that time. The pass came right to Phillips of the Bengals.
We talked about that yesterday. They have excellent receivers as far as ability goes, but they are young. Now, Quinn Early, number 87, the rookie out of Iowa, was supposed to run an out that time or just a stop pattern. Had he done that, he would have been between the defender and the ball to make the catcher at least break it up, or else Malone didn't know he was going deep. There was definitely a lack of communication by young Quinn Early and the veteran Mark Malone.
So the first break of the second half belongs to the Bengals. Phillips brought it back 18 yards after the interception. Cincinnati with a first down at the 16 of San Diego. Second interception of the day for Malone. Boomer for the end zone. Too long for Brown. Boomer had him, but overshot the mark as Carl Wilson was bearing down on him.
His teammates are going to say, Boomer, how could you overthrow a guy with that much speed? Here's the interception again. Now, there's not enough a receiver there. You see Early going the other way, number 87, and Phillips is right there to make the interception. Obviously, Malone and Early weren't on the same page together.
Second and 10, Cincinnati. Bengals already with a 20-3 lead, opening minutes of the third quarter. Woods, there's that cutback. Still fighting to the 5.
Icky Woods getting a hole, but folks, he's just breaking tackles left and right. It's kind of demoralizing for a San Diego defense not to be able to pull this man down. Look at him. He's just pushing off tacklers and fighting through them. Now, that can be called great running or lousy tackling. Depends on which side you want to take, or both.
It goes in the books for 11 yards, and first and goal for Cincinnati at the Charger 5. The Bengals trying to put this one away. Brooks stopped at the 3. O'Neal, Phillips, Williams, Charles, the 4 men up front for the Chargers, stopping Brooks after a 2-yard gain.
That's the thing the Chargers didn't want to have happen, that turnover early to put these Bengals back in position, and the Bengals are mighty tough down here. They not only have that huge offensive line that can blow you off the line of scrimmage, but they have a receiver in Brooks, James Brooks, coming out of the backfield that is mighty elusive and tough to handle.
Stanley Wilson has replaced Icky Woods in the backfield. They got Brooks on a slot to the left. Esiason looked for him, got him for the touchdown. Well, big Anthony Munoz was an eligible receiver that time, a wide receiver, Joe, but the pass goes to Brooks for the score.
I guess when the defenders saw Munoz out there, they figured he's so big they better triple team him, huh? One guy couldn't cover Munoz. Meantime, Brooks showing his pass receiving ability, getting out of the backfield. And you know, Brooks to this day is still upset that the Chargers didn't give him a good chance while he was playing down there a few years back.
He was a first-round draft choice of San Diego and was traded here in '84. Breach with the extra point. It's good. And the Bengals taking advantage of the pass interception, up their lead on the Chargers to 27-3. Here's the touchdown again. James Brooks has the grab, and the Bengals build their lead. Johnson kickoff taken by Jamie Holland. He's hit and dropped at about the 4-yard line. And once again, the Chargers are in deep trouble. Ed Brady downfield to make the tackle, then limping off for Cincinnati. And here's Malone backed up once again.
Folks, we may have just seen Jamie Holland's shortest kickoff return ever. I know he's a fine kickoff return specialist, but he returned that one for 5 yards, and I don't know that he's ever had one that short before.
Holland is third in the AFC, averaging 24.4 a kickoff return. From the 5-yard line, first down San Diego, in a position they don't want to be, backed up and behind. Malone's pass complete to Bernstein. No, it's incomplete. Ball came loose. Bernstein couldn't hold it as he got the hit from Solomon Wilcox. So the Chargers now way behind when they have to throw and backed up deep in their own territory. Looks like there are a lot of lopsided scores today, Joe.
Yeah, New England's handling Seattle. Seattle needs a win up there badly.
Cleveland still trails, and so does Buffalo. Big day for Cincinnati today. They could clinch a playoff berth with a victory, and also looking good for the home field if Buffalo continues to lose. Malone swings it incomplete, intended for Spencer. It'll be 3rd and 10. Charles Zander was defending on the play, and Leon White was there, and Malone tossed it incomplete.
Very difficult place for a quarterback to be in, for an offensive team to be in, to be so far behind and then back up on your own 5-yard line. You don't want to turn the ball over, but you need to put it in the air. You have to try and get something going. And it's tough. You know, the defenders can take more risks now. They can break on the pass more, go for the interception. Heck, the guys playing defense are having a lot of fun right now.
Malone hit 6 of his first 7 passes, but now has completed only 1 of his last 11. They go out of bounds, scrambling to about the 7, and the Chargers will punt. Eric Thomas knocks Malone out of bounds.
There's a visor that I like. I tell you, if I were playing today, folks, I'd be wearing one of those. I think quarterbacks should wear those visors. Not only do they protect the eyes, but they also hide the eyes from the linebackers, from the free safeties that like to peek at the quarterback to see where he's throwing. In bad weather, it's not good to wear. When it gets wet, it's tough to see. But any other time, I think they should be wearing the visors.
Get you some wipers for those visors. Here's Mozenko's kick taken by Hillary. Hillary out of bounds. Great field position again for the Bengals. They'll spot the ball at the Chargers' 31-yard line. Pat Miller was able to knock Hillary out of bounds, but once again, Cincinnati is threatening, already with a 27-3 lead and 11:45 left in the 3rd quarter. A week ago, San Diego was blown out at home by San Francisco, the 2nd-rated offense in the NFL. Today, they're facing the top-rated offense. And right now, the way things are going, it could be just as bad. Brooks. Gained a yard, stopped at the 30-yard line, and then thrown back. The fans didn't like that. They took the ball away from him, too. But Mike Charles made the initial hit, and then Keith Browner got in on the action. Browner wears one of those visors, Joe.
Yeah, I know a lot of coaches don't like those things, especially old-time coaches, because they played the game and say, hey, we played without those things. We don't need them. A lot of players don't like to wear them because you can't see their faces. I know folks at home would rather see the faces of the ball players, but purely for protection and taking advantage of not allowing the defense to see your eyes, I think the rest of the guys should wear them.
2nd and 9, Cincinnati. Play action pass. Esiason delivers, incomplete. The ball was intended for McGee. Esiason went down under the rush. Sam Seal was defending McGee for the Chargers.
Oh, boy, this is a pass that's right on target. McGee does a decent job to get a step on Sam Seal. Seal gets away with a little hold, but the ball is just in the right spot. I mean, McGee would love to have that, another chance to that, and Boomer, he's got to take a lick too after throwing a good pass, and then it goes incomplete. Boomer says, what have I got to do?
You were talking about it being a little tough on quarterbacks when the temperature is cold to grip the ball, but Boomer's not having much of a problem, is it?
Oh, his accuracy is sensational.
Bengals have converted on 3 of 7 third downs. Boomer hit, the ball's loose. It's going to be ruled an incomplete pass. Lee Williams, who leads the AFC in sacks, put the clamps on Esiason, and they'll rule it an incomplete forward pass.
You know, after seeing these last 2 licks that Boomer Esiason has taken, if I were Sam White, I'd start thinking about maybe giving my man a little bit of a rest. I mean, it's a 27-3 game, and I think that Turk Schoner could probably use some big Lee Williams. Number 99 comes from that side, and that's what he does best, is hit the quarterback. But I'd start to consider giving my ace, my gun, the trigger man, Boomer Esiason, a rest the rest of the game.
Jim Breach is going to try a field goal. It's going to be about 47 yards. Now, they punted in this situation earlier in the game. That's what they'll do here. Breach with just a little punt, as they call it. It goes out of bounds at the 22-yard line. The fans didn't like it. Boy, the fans in the jungle today want more blood.
I don't blame them. That's about as bad a punt as Breach could hit. No pressure. He knocked it straight out of bounds over there. Poor punt. We'll be back in a few moments, folks.
Snapped the ball directly to Jim Breach when he was in field goal position. The first punt wound up in the end zone for a touchback. He wanted to make sure this one didn't go in. Just bunted it down the sideline and went for 7 yards.
He made sure, all right.
He's averaging 37 yards a kick now. Excuse me, 18 yards a kick. Here's Spencer for the Chargers, who pounds forward for a San Diego first down. Leon White made the tackle on Tim Spencer, 4 years out of Ohio State. Well, in 18 years of regular season play, the AFC has had the upper hand on the NFC in interdivisional games. This season is no exception. The AFC with a 26-20 lead in games involving AFC and NFC teams. The NFC, though, leading in the 2 interconference games in progress right now. Spencer tries to cut back, gets to the 40, gain 3. David Grant and Tim Crumry combined on the tackle for Cincinnati. So let me get Breach right now, Joe. He's punted twice for 37 yards, averaging 18 and a half. I know that's important. Giants with a big lead still, and San Francisco a tough one against Atlanta.
Well, the Buffalo got on the board. They get 2, huh? 10-2.
Leave it to that defense to finally get the points. Malone runs into his old man and will be ruled down as Leon White covers him. He ran into Spencer, and you could put that on the highlight film and mark that as the game against Cincinnati. That's kind of the way it's gone today.
Well, again, there was a lack of communication whether Malone was to drop to his right instead of the left or Spencer was to go to his right instead of the left. One of them went the wrong way. I mentioned earlier that this is a new offense. Jerry Rome, the offensive coordinator, came earlier this year in February. And you'd think, though, by week 13, week 14 in NFL season, the Chargers would have a good grasp on that offense, but they're not showing it today.
Christmas came early for Leon White, who got credit for a sack there. Malone gets a real sack this time, and that one in the person of Barney Bussey, who comes through. Bussey getting the 3rd sack of this season. for him. And as you pointed out, Cincinnati, knowing the Chargers have to pass, makes it a lot easier.
Number 27, Barney Bussey, right here, making the hit on Malone. San Diego needed some long yardage to make that time for the first down. So Cincinnati says, hey, we'll blitz him. He'll either throw it fast or we'll get to him. And they got to him.
Mojenko gets a low snap and almost has it blocked. Mojenko may be hurt. Hillary lets the ball roll. It'll roll dead. Horton was bearing down on Ralph Mojenko and collided with him, but got a piece of the ball as well, so no roughing the kicker. And the Bengals once again will have good field position as Mojenko limps off.
The reason Horton can run into Mojenko is that ball's on the ground right here, folks. When that ball's fumbled, it's a bad snap from the center. It's fair game. Now, he doesn't get a piece of this ball, actually, but once again, because it was on the ground, he's allowed to run into that kicker. You can see Horton, number 20, showing the official that it was on the ground.
So the Bengals with a first down after a 42-yard punt under extreme pressure by Mojenko, and a first down Cincinnati at the 32 of the Bengals. Boomer Esiason still at quarterback. Hands the ball to Icky Woods. Woods with another nice run, picks up about 15 yards on the play and a Bengal first down. Glenn and Seal had to stop the big man once he got rolling. 6'2", 232 pounds. He's having a big afternoon.
Well, you know, Esiason doesn't want to come out of this game. Right now, his offense has easy pickings. Keith Browner, 57, was blowing off the ball there, and the only people left to make the tackle are the secondary people. Linebackers and defensive front for San Diego just got blocked at that time.
17-yard gain for Woods, who's bearing down on a 100-yard rushing day. And a first down. Woods again showing his ability to break tackles and again picks up a first down. That one went for 11 yards. Glenn finally wrestled him out of bounds. Icky Woods has been unstoppable the last couple of plays.
Yeah, but defensively they're missing tackles. Here you see a square tackle. I mean, number 51, Cedric Figueroa, was right there to make the tackle, and he missed it. Those are the kind of plays to have a good team you've got to make. And right now San Diego is not only playing poorly, but they've hurt themselves with penalties and mistakes as well. They've got to start putting their arms around these ball carriers.
Woods has now carried 13 times for 105 yards. The fourth time in his rookie season he's gone over 100 yards. This will be Brooks, and Brooks will get some yardage. Nice running by James Brooks. Inside the 25, down to the Charger 23-yard line before George Hinkle can chase him down. Brooks looked like a hurdler as he went through the line of scrimmage.
Well, it looks like this offensive line is starting to wear down. Watch Brooks get up over here. Get up in the air and over the bodies and make a good run. It looks like the huge offensive line from Cincinnati is starting to wear down this proud San Diego defense that's been playing pretty good ball this year. Here's another angle. You can see Brooks high stepping it right over there, but he's just stepping over his own blocker. There was another huge hole there.
16 yards for Brooks. First down Cincinnati at the 25. Boomer pulls up, completes the pass. Holman with a touchdown. There's the penalty marker down.
Now they're making that look easy. Coach Saunders sees the flag out in the field and wonders what's up. Looks like they're going to bring it back. Eddie Brown appeared to run into a defensive back, and they're getting called for offensive pass interference.
Pass interference, offense, number 81, 10 yards, repeat the down, first down.
So Eddie Brown was guilty of the penalty, and for the record, that's the fourth touchdown today, called back by penalty, 2 on either side.
Sam doesn't look too worried to me. Sam White standing over on the sideline. Even though he had that touchdown called back, I got to believe he feels his team is in control of this game.
In the first half, they had a Collinsworth touchdown catch nullified by penalty. Came right back with the same play for the score. Let's see if they do it again. It'll be a different play. Brooks bounces outside and is trapped and taken down. Carl Wilson gets credit for the tackle there and got some help from Keith Browner as the former Charger James Brooks is taken down after a short game.
I mentioned that earlier, that he wasn't all that happy when he was traded from the Chargers to the Cincinnati Bengals because he didn't feel like he really had an opportunity to show his stuff down there at San Diego, to show what he had. I mean, he's not only a fine runner, but he's an excellent blocker, and excellent coming out of the backfield for receptions, and his pride was hurt a little bit when they did trade him.
They've done a good job for Cincinnati. Gained over 1,000 yards in 1986 and 1,700 yards that year, both rushing and receiving. Boomer, sack, fumble, and the ball loose. Looks like Williams has it for the Chargers. Lee Williams recovers the fumble. And Esiason is still down too. Now this could be costly. Figaro, number 51, made the initial hit on Boomer. Then Williams got the football, but Boomer is still down. We'll check Boomer's condition and be back to Riverfront in just a moment. Esiason taken up on the play, but while you were away, he was helped to his feet and managed to walk to the sidelines, and apparently is not seriously injured. Meanwhile, Turk Schonert begins to loosen up, and he likely will be coming onto the field the next time the Bengals have the football. 1st and 10 Chargers at their own 47. Tim Spencer gets to midfield and across into Bengal territory. Kelly and Scow on the tackle, and let's look at the play on which Esiason was shaken up.
Well, from the right side of your screen, you'll see Figaro come in, number 51, and make the hit right now. Boom, and he gets Boomer up on the side of the headgear. I have to believe that maybe I guess it knocks his lights out a little while, you might say, Tom. It looked like he hit his headgear right in the side of Boomer's head.
2nd and 7, San Diego, trailing 27-3, 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Spencer got a couple of yards purely on second effort, with Skip McClendon hanging on to his legs, and Carl Zander there also. New England still in front. Cleveland trailing, and so is Buffalo. Indianapolis ups its lead on Miami, and Detroit still blanking Green Bay. Boy, that Detroit's a funny team to figure out. They look so bad Thanksgiving Day, and now they're ahead 27-0.
They're playing for Wayne Fonts, their interim coach.
Malone delivers it quickly, and it's complete to Bernstein. Bernstein picks his way forward inside the 40, down to about the 36-yard line of the Bengals. Good running by Rod Bernstein after he made the catch. He has the Chargers' 2 longest catches of the season, 57 and 59 yards.
Malone gets the ball off, but he's going to take a little hit right here. Nothing serious.
Kind of a soft hit.
That's right, a soft hit. He's all right. What bothers Malone is the score right now. He's made a couple of plays he'd like to have back. He's had some mistakes made by his offense, so those are the things that really bother Malone.
Got 11 yards on that completion to Bernstein, and he has a first down. This pass, incomplete. Holland, the intended receiver. Good coverage by Lewis Billups, who already has an interception today.
Pretty good pass protection for Malone that time. I'm sure he felt like the ball should have been caught. It was a little low, but Holland had a shot at it. Just couldn't come up with it.
Malone in the huddle calling his second down play. The Chargers scored first. The Bengals scored most. It's 27-3 with 3:43 left in the third. Spencer. Good running by Tim Spencer at the 30-yard line. He'll be short of the first down. Now let's go to New York and NFL Live, where Gail Gardner has an update.
All right, thank you, Tom. Tampa Bay, a big defensive play by the Bucs as they lead the Bills 10-2. 4th and goal inside the 1. Rob Riddick is stopped by Irvin Randall and former Bill Eugene Marv. The Bucks still lead 10-2. Let's go back to Riverfront.
And Gail, that's good news for Cincinnati Bengal fans who see their team on top. Their AFC Central Division rival Cleveland losing and Buffalo losing. The Bengals still in the running for the home field advantage through the playoffs. Joe Kelly a little shaken up on his feet and trotting off the field. It'll be 3rd and 4 coming up for the San Diego Chargers. This is the deepest they've gotten into Cincinnati territory in a while. The Bengals have 6 defensive backs in as Malone lines up in the shotgun. He's converted only 2 of 9 third down. Malone. Pass is complete. Malone did well to get the ball off, and Quinn Early came back and made a good reception, and Lewis Billups covering him on the play. And also right there was Barney Bussey putting pressure on Malone.
Well, what you said about Early coming back to the ball, Tom, that was the key here, because Lewis Billups is mighty close to him. But you see Early working his way back to the ball, closing the distance on the ball. Here you see Malone rolling to the right and getting some pressure from the safety, but he's able to get the ball off all right. Had that been a regular drop back pass, Barney Bussey might have been able to get to the quarterback.
First down for the Chargers at the Bengal 23-yard line. Chargers haven't scored since an opening drive field goal. Here's the reverse. Quinn Early trying to get outside. Stopped short of the first down. Taken down around the 15-yard line. And the tackle made by Leo Barker and others. Tim Crumry also there to get a piece of it. Crumry all over the field as always.
On the right side of your screen, you'll see Malone try to block Emmanuel King, and he takes enough out of him. But Solomon Wilcox, 41, makes a good play. Doesn't allow Early to get outside. Wilcox kept the outside containment. It helped his teammate, Crumry, to come in and make the play.
Second time today they've gone to Early on the reverse. Neither one totally successful. 2nd and 3. That one got 7 yards. Pitch it to Spencer. Spencer crosses the 15 down to about the 13-yard line. Clock continues to roll, coming to the 1-minute 30-second mark in the third quarter. Crumry and Scow chase down Spencer that time. He's short of the first down. Going to be 3rd and 2.
We're seeing a lot of Spencer today and not much of Anderson. Now, Anderson has been the exciting runner for the Chargers, but number 43, Tim Spencer, is getting a workload. I'm not sure why we're seeing this right now, Tom.
It has been Spencer, though, that has done most of the groundwork, especially here in the second half. He's the up back in the I formation here. Redden, and Redden inside the 10 has a Charger first down. So Barry Redden getting the call from the tailback spot. The former Ram player picks up a first down, and the Chargers keep their drive going. Leon White, Reggie Williams, a couple of outside linebackers converged on Redden, but it will be 1st and goal for the Chargers just inside of the 10-yard line.
I guess the Chargers feel they need stronger running inside, and that's just what Spencer is. He's bigger and he's stronger than Anderson, and they figure that they need that kind of strength against this Cincinnati Imperial.
Spencer, the only setback. Malone drops back, heaves for the end zone, touchdown Early. Early beat Lewis Billups for the first Charger touchdown of the day. For Mark Malone, his 5th touchdown pass of 1988.
Not a lot of celebrating going on over there by the Chargers or Malone, but they certainly feel good about getting that touchdown on the board. Malone put the ball just where he had to the outside of Early and Billups, where Billups couldn't get to it. You see the ball's on the outside, and Quinn Early, the rookie, makes a fine adjustment on the pass.
9-yard touchdown pass. Steve DeLine adds the extra point, and it's now a 27-10 game as the Chargers march down the field and get their only touchdown of the game. Comes with 8 seconds left in the third quarter. Hope you'll stay tuned for the doubleheader game coming up next on these NBC stations You'll be seeing the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Raiders in a key battle for the playoffs. Those two teams in contention in the AFC West. That's coming up next here on NBC, the Broncos and the Raiders. The line with the kick. Hillary and Jennings are deep for Cincinnati. Jennings across the 25 to the 30, where he's gang tackled by the Chargers special teams unit. Elvis Patterson at the bottom of the stack for San Diego. So that's the end of the third quarter with the score, the Cincinnati Bengals 27, the San Diego Chargers 10. Back after a word from your local station. Name it.